Previously on the Rummor Room.
They're more relevant in the social media era, something that can hinder them, I think, a little more than our era on social media, and your brand gets torn down. It's a fine line of how you react to it, if you react to it. And if you don't react to it, people are like, oh, it's got to be true.
True.
They didn't respond. And then
Yep.
if you don't respond in the right way, it's, oh my goodness, it sounds like they are like that.
Listen close. Welcome to the Rummor Room. Welcome to the Rummor Room. Welcome to the Welcome to the Rummor Room. Welcome to the
So
Yeah.
there's a fine line between that, and you don't want somebody that's in your business and on your business name not able to handle those tough conversations.
It's very challenging, which is something that I always will tell my students is like, I have no skin in the game trying to make you understand this. I already did my career.
Yeah.
I can care less at this point if I part, sit in my couch, eat bonbons. I can. But I love this and I love what I do. And I'm actually very good at what I do. Very, very good.
Yes, you
And
are.
I care deeply about people's lives and their careers because this is my
Yes.
career. It was able to change
Yes.
my life and give me a better life for my children.
Yes.
They made me, I was able to spend a lot of money on them because of this career. So
Yes.
I take it very serious and very deeply. So when I am tough on you and I'm telling you certain things, it's because I know that I'm not going to be around to protect you from yourself. When you think you know everything and you're behind the chair and you don't have a boss that protects you, that cares about you, or coworkers that are there for you to have your back, or that you used to be a business owner and you don't know inventory, you don't know how to reply to clients. You don't know how to problem solve. You don't know how to troubleshoot. You don't know how to schedule, reschedule clients. You start not showing up because you're a business owner. So you don't have to show up
Yeah.
today. I want to hang out to be there, or
Yeah.
you crawl from underneath the bed. So to go to work, I can smell your breath. You haven't showered. You definitely haven't done your hair because you don't have a boss. So you're your own boss. You can do whatever you want. Now I don't have to hear Leticia anymore in the school telling me that I needed to just come presentable. And no,
Yeah.
you cannot wear your pajamas every day to school. And that you have to be a business owner. And you have to be present all the time. And guess what? You don't get to be imperfect. You have to be perfect all the time. And why? Because you have a business. And you're not going to
Yes.
be forgiven for being a human. And it
Yes.
doesn't matter. It is what it
Yes.
is. I have talked about this over and over and over.
I
You
agree.
you are on your own and they don't understand that. And I don't know,
Yeah.
Nicolle, if you can help me from because you have no skin in this game either. When it comes to this game, right? Why is it so valuable to just actually take that feedback? Because how would it help you when you are on the field?
Well, when we were growing up in our era, you heard dress for success,
Correct.
right? So you always dress for your next level before you get there. So
Mhm.
when I was in cosmetology school, we had uniforms.
Mm.
We,
Yes.
we had uniforms that we had to wear every day. You had to show up with your hair and makeup on before you
Yes.
hit the floor. If you came in without it, you had to put it on, and then you were tardy if you were not on that floor at the time that it was supposed to be. So the era has changed a little bit. And what I want the younger generation in the salon industry, our future salon professionals, to understand as when you go to school. This is not college where you're sitting in a classroom all day, listening to a lecture or watching a slideshow. You literally have to interact with the public. And I
Yes.
know that if I show you a picture of somebody's hair and I look at yours and it's in a puffed up messy bun, like you said, the eye makeup is running because you kind of smudged it off or tried to make it look good because you got up so late. You have pajama pants on and a big sweatshirt with these. Now they have the fuzzy slippers that are actually outdoor shoes. But when I come in and I show you this, and I'm a professional woman who's got my
Uh,
professional attire on because I'm trying to fit it into my life to get my hair done, I need to know that I can trust you to do my hair. Our hair is our image. So I'm looking at you and you look a hot mess. There is no way I believe that you're not going to make me look like a hot mess or make me look what I like I want to look professionally, right? So it is
yes.
very, very important to follow structure if the school has it. And I'm not going to tell you every school has it. Some
No,
schools allow that to happen. If that's for them, that's for them. What I'm saying is we're doing a disservice to our industry if we're not allowing or if we're allowing our students to come in any way they want to and sit on our sales floor. Because cosmetology school has a sales floor. They
it's a
pay for
sales
those
floor. It's
services
yeah.
and it's a stage. That is where your audience is. Everybody that is coming in from the outside is watching these students do hair, and they need to know that they not only look professional, but they're being taught how to be professional. So it's very, very important that the structure of a school is that of a structure of a professional salon.
Not showing up to school on a regular basis, unprepared, sets the standard for what? Where are we at?
Oh, you're not reliable. You're not reliable only as not only as a student, but you're not reliable to me as my professional personal stylist. If I
Correct.
am getting a call on, like, let's say I'm a Monday through Friday professional, I have Saturday and Sundays off. You don't work on Sundays, so Saturday, the only time I can get in to get my hair done, and you went to party the night before and you're just so hungover that you cannot get out of bed, you call me on a consistent basis to reschedule, I'm not coming back.
No,
And then,
I
so when
no.
you've done that so many times, that's where your brand's name gets tarnished.
Mm,
And once your brand gets tarnished, it's very, very difficult to regain that respect back in the
mhm.
public in your area.
Yep. Now, lateness, canceling, rescheduling, inconsistencies, cost changing, styling changing, stylist. Today I'm gonna charge you for a foil $100, and next month I'm a little tight this month because I didn't work as much, so I'm gonna charge you 180. All of this, how does this cause us damage in the business?
So it's called loyalty and being consistent with your customers. I want to know that if I'm going to be loyal to you, you're going to be loyal to me, and I'm not going to have any ticket price shots.
Mhm.
I want to know when I come in and get my hair done. My clients want to know when they come into my chair, they want to know that I know exactly what I did last time if we've done their hair, and I'm going to do the exact same thing so they look the same as they loved the last time. If I'm dumping and pouring my formula together, that's an inconsistent formula, and I can't always get the same shade if I'm not measuring and I'm not being precise. So I always make notes on my client's profile that I know what color I use, I know what developer I use, I know how long it sat on there, I know when they need to come back, I know what we talked about, so I can reflect on when we have some downtime to review what happened the last time with them and how is it going. So that shows that client that you're not only prepared to do their hair consistently and you're going to charge the same amount as you did the last time, but now I trust you.
Mm.
I trust you to, if I need something different or I want to change now, I know that you're going to do it.
Yeah.
And you know what? You may mess up. I may mess up, but because I've got that trust bond with
Build
my
that
customer.
rapport. Mhm.
Right. They're going to trust that I'm going to say, when they say, "Ooh, I don't like it," guess what? Let's change it. We're going to fix it. And they know, oh, my bad, I didn't do it correctly. It took me a long time. I'm not going to say I never wanted a customer to tell me I was wrong. This is my profession. I know what I'm doing,
Yeah,
right?
excuse me.
But especially with color, if you do not, if I was a dumper pourer, oh, scoop, 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 pour. Oh, that looks good. Looks like it's mixed well, but it's not consistent. I knew early on, within my first 10 years, that I have to be precise.
Mm,
It's got to be to the T every time you do something. When you do a haircut, you need to do the exact same structure and technique that you did the last time. If you don't remember, that means you have to write it down.
hmm
I used to go back with my haircuts and say, I pulled it out at a 90-degree angle on the sides. I elevated the back to 180 because I wanted to make sure I did that exact same technique because they loved it.
And not a lot of people have that discipline when it came to that. But I made my cup of tea was don't fall in love with this because guess what? I'm doing something different to you next time. So everybody has their thing, because of the way that they operate in their structure. But for a cosmetology student that just graduated, and I still call them students after they graduate because I feel like it takes a minute. It takes at least 5 years to feel like you're no longer you're a student, but now it's by choice because you want to continue to evolve, right? You're constantly learning.
Right.
But like I feel like it's pretty fresh. 3 years is very, very minimal time. 2 years is very minimal time. I think that students should get in the habit of creating that structure where they are having everything
Yeah.
taken notes and everything
Yes.
down because they need that support system. And if you don't have that from your employer, you need to create that for yourself
Yes.
because it is your career, it is your responsibility, it is your name on the client's head. So you have to make sure that you're mindful about that. So yes,
Yes.
it worked for some people. I mean, I'm like an antique piece at this point. So I've been, me doing hair behind the chair, it was so natural that creating something and then uncreating it and recreating it again, I could, right? And I have built that rapport and I have built that credibility with my name and my reputation and my skills. So that's a different story, but that takes a long time. And it takes a lot of mistakes and a lot of
Yeah.
wrongdoing and
Yeah.
a lot of oops, this didn't work out,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh
you
yeah.
know?
And
So
and
for
with
a long
that,
time,
yeah, with that, you have to understand your way wasn't a wrong way,
hmm,
okay? But that was your creativity and your personality. And we attract our customers based on our character and our personality.
yes.
Okay. And this is where, when we're first starting out, and this is why I do not suggest you go out on your own, is that you don't get to choose your clientele when you don't have one.
No.
So to build one, you build that clientele and you take your clientele that you love to do with you.
Mm,
I'm a firm believer now in my 34 years. I will fire a customer that we can't get along and we're always having a hard time. I am a firm believer of saying, I am so sorry. I'm not able to do your hair like you want
yep.
it. I
Yep.
think you might like so and so a little bit better.
You know who taught me to fire clients? You're not gonna believe this. My daughter Gigi. I was so fed up with this one person, and then I grew a pair after that. I was like, who who does he think he is? I continuously keep like overextending myself, and he keeps talking about his European haircuts. You in freaking Worcester, North Dakota. We're far from France, bud. So like it was like a constant thing, and my daughter was just sick and tired of it. So because she used to run my front desk at some point, she still runs my life most of the days. She was like, I'm just gonna send him a text message through our Square system that he's been fired. That was like,
Right,
like Johnny
right.
Bravo.
But when you're new in the
But when
industry,
you're
you have
new,
to
you
take
gotta take
everybody you can.
everybody and their mama. You gotta take in
Yep.
because you have to build that clientele, and you don't know who you are. You don't know who your
Yep.
identity is. You don't know your tribe yet. You don't know nothing. It's
Your
gonna take a
niche. Yep.
while to
Yes.
hire and keep hiring. And I'm like, I'll take all these clients because I hate them, but I'm gonna have to take them for a long time until you
Yes.
can say, I am,
I've done it. Yeah.
and I
And
have
that
arrived.
that also goes to where I think I've said this when we were talking earlier. Um, you may have 1 to 5 years in the industry, but because the industry evolves every year, if
Yeah.
you haven't kept up on education each year, and this is another thing about the making it nationwide,
Yeah.
the structure and the curriculum is because credit hours should be obtained every year.
Hmm.
I believe there
Yes.
should be at least 4 to 10 hours every year that us as salon professionals should have to gain to stay in this industry. Two reasons. One, you are still feeding yourself of being in the now. And two, you're able to relate to new customers that want the new trends. And as we age in this industry, I'm going to tell you, I am the one, as I can use a testimony of knowing I went 5 years without education, and I was like, what? When I got back, I was like, what the heck? I was
Hmm.
out of cosmetology school for 10 years before foiling came in.
It was the
So
cap. It was the cap.
yes,
It was the cap.
yes, that's
Mm-hmm.
right. So foiling comes in, and
I
it's
just had a
like,
flashback.
if I didn't take that, where would I be today?
Yeah.
20 years
I,
later, where would I be today?
I just had a flashback of me doing my first foil and the spots, the bleaching marks. Holy
Oh,
Hannah.
I will tell you, I learned on the job. I had a customer come into my salon, and we were all the same age. I had another salon that I owned in on a different the other side of the state of Michigan, and she came in and she's like, "Do you know how to foil?" And I'm this 10 years, and of course I know how to
Of
do
course
this.
I do.
And I will tell you, it was perfect. But I had been watching it, and she had fine hair too. So fine hair, I think, is a little easier to practice on than it is, somebody who had thick, coarser hair. So when she was done, she's like, "Oh my gosh, this is beautiful." She was a beautiful. She was a customer of mine for 20 years until I moved. So I'm gonna tell you, if I did not, after that client, I went back to find out how I was going to learn, back to my school that I went to, and was like, "Hey, are you teaching this to the students? Because I need to know this." And she's like,
Uh-huh.
"Yep, come on in here."
That's so good.
So
I remember, I remember, and back then we didn't have root smudge or root toe melt or none of that, you know.
no,
It was the tiger. It was the era of the tiger,
yes,
you know. So
yes,
it was challenging, and I remember it was here on the
yes,
crown
yeah, of
because
course,
you don't realize you have to take smaller sections when in the crown because of the curvature of the head at the
yep.
top of it. Oh man, that was like a good time for me. It was not. It was really a hard time in my life. But anyways, I just had a flashback when you started talking about it. I was like,
Yeah,
really?
the
Gotta
cap.
go.
Now
It
think
was
about this: the cap is coming back.
the what?
There's the cap. There are
Oh
people that
yeah.
are doing cap foils. So those that
Yes.
started with foiling now have to go back
Back and
and
learn what
learn
we
how.
lived in. This was our era. Now you guys are coming into our turf. Ah, the capture. I remember my mom, hi, 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 all the time
Yes,
pulling her frost out of. She hated me. I was like,
yeah,
still
yeah,
little lady. She always wore her top
yes.
frosted. I want to like reel us
So
back in and so we can have too much fun here sometimes. Let's talk about something that is very powerful and important for your growth. It'll make you or break you, or if anything, it'll come back and bite you in the butt at some point as a salon owner. Salon culture and collateral damage.
yes,
How individuals' behaviors affect everyone in a salon setting?
Well, you're one. And this is the thing about being a part of a team. We are no longer individuals when you are in a salon.
Nope.
When you are in a salon, you are one together as one unit. So there shouldn't be anybody not doing towels, not cleaning and sweeping the floor, not helping if you're not busy, helping somebody who is extremely busy pick up towels and sweep their hair. That's what a team culture does for each other, and they don't complain about it. Well, I did it last time. Oh my gosh, why am I doing this all the time? If you are the person that is doing that, you are not the person that's the most busiest.
Mm-mm.
So to me, you're worried about different things. Number one, showing your teamwork with somebody. If that team member goes on vacation and somebody needs their hair done, they see you. They see how you worked with that person, how you have helped them out so they could stay on target and with their time. That is a culture that I tried to build in my salon. I um, want my team to understand it's one for all for one.
Mm-hmm.
We cannot fight each other. We're going to be sisters and our brothers and sisters, sisters and brothers all the time because there's going to be knickknacks and
It's just
you know
normal.
little
You
arguments.
fight with your kids and your spouse and your
Right,
and family. So of course you are going to have like
right.
difficulties and challenges in a work setup. It is.
And that's okay. But we have to also learn how to forgive and move
Mm-hmm.
past it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to move past it. If somebody likes to hold grudges, that's not part of my team.
No.
I need to be
Yeah.
able to, everyone to be able to say, I'm sorry, and oh, no, I forgive you. If you can't say I'm sorry, or you can't say I forgive you, you're not part of my culture. And having a messy station, let's go to the collateral damage part, where you've
Yeah.
got towels and capes and
Oh,
hair around your station, and the next person next to you might not be close, but the next person next to you is really tidy. The salon is going to look, the salon, not your
yep.
station. The
That's the
salon looks a
whole.
mess. And when they do a survey, it's the salon is dirty and it's disgusting. They don't see Susie's station, which is pristine,
Nope.
clean, and
Nope.
blinging.
They
They
won't talk
see the
about that
dirty station.
when the client leaves and somebody else, oh, you went to get your hair done. Oh, looks good. How was it? How was the salon? The salon was it was so dirty. It was, they don't say that that girl that the station next to my stylist, they don't, there's no particulars there at
No,
all.
no,
It's everybody gets dragged into
right?
it. And you as a salon owner just fighting that battle on your own, it's not cool at all.
Yeah.
And it is
If
the
you have a
collateral
bad
damage.
attitude, yes, you have a bad attitude because
Yep.
something happened at home before you came to work and you're just grumpy and you're not pleasant with your customers. They don't see that you're just not pleasant. It's not a peaceful environment. I didn't like the environment there. It's everybody's got an attitude. Nobody's happy. And even if the front desk, if you've got a front desk person that is pleasant and charming, it starts off fine. They go to the station, but they got to go and they don't have a great time at that station. When they go back to that front desk, it doesn't matter what that front desk and how pleasant that guest was. It's not going to be a great survey.
No,
So keep
because
that front desk. It doesn't matter what that front desk and how pleasant that guest was. It's not going to be a great survey.
no,
So keep
because the
everything
stylist
at
behavior,
the
yeah,
door.
yeah, the stylist behavior um impact the energy, the space.
Yeah,
It just does. And it isn't fair because everybody that goes to the salon, clients, right? Everybody has their own baggage and their own lives and their own things. So coming in and being in an environment that is hostile because somebody else created that energy for everybody else is just not fair, especially if there are different views within the salon about
yeah,
whatever topics, right? Something that I feel very strongly is about on the clinical floor, right? Not just at the cosmetology school level, but at the salon at environment, because that's what we're talking about, salon culture and the collateral damage. Why gossiping poisons the culture quickly?
What poisons
Why
the
gossip poisons the culture quickly?
well, I'm gonna put it this way. There's a song out, and it says the guy says, if they'll talk about Jesus, they'll talk about you too. Okay. So
Yeah,
if you're sitting there talking about another client and another client's family life, or a person that works there and their family life, or whatever the issue is in that you're talking about, other people hear that. And that gossip taints the name of the salon. And once that brand is tainted, like I said, it's very hard for an owner or an individual to regain that respect back in the community.
yeah,
So gossip is not in the place for anybody. Honestly, it's really not a place for anybody to want to gossip about somebody else's life. Let's worry about ourselves. Let's worry about our customer in our chair. What are their issues that they have with the scalp and hair? What are their concerns? What is their desires? Those are the conversations. If we keep it professional, you don't go to your doctor's office and start talking about your neighbor that when they're trying to give you an exam, right? They ask you the medical questions.
yeah.
We need to stick to medical questions um, all the time. And I know it's more difficult for us than a doctor, because we see our clients a lot more than most doctors see their patients, right?
Yeah.
But we got to keep the conversations, the friendly conversations, to a minimal, to where it doesn't get gossipy and it's more informative.
I feel a lot that we all can chit chat about a situation, this, that, and the other. That's like normal human behavior. But when it becomes destructive, um, and it becomes blindsiding, and it becomes just low vibrational, it's inevitable that it's going to be contagious through the building, and it's going to make feel everybody like, I was here 6 weeks ago and this was the topic, and this is still the topic. And the other people that are around, my clients, I'm just here. I have so much going on in my personal life. I do not need to hear your coworker just talking about this again and again and again. Or just creating some chaos where there was no need for chaos within the space or the energy. I think that that will translate into your pocket, hands down. It just
Oh, most
does.
definitely. And what kind
It
of
just
customer do
does.
you want? That also is key.
That's
What
it.
type of customer do you want?
Where are we going? Because if you're not in the mood to grow as a business or a professional, an individual, then sure, chill with that energy. No
Yeah.
big deal. Take a nap with that energy. No, no harm,
Yes.
no foul. But if your goal in life as a professional is to evolve, grow, expand, excel, and scale, and build an empire for yourself, that's not the energy that you're going to be in. You will be stagnant like you have been, you currently are, and you will continue to be, because that energy cannot, there's no room for growth in that energy. I don't know why people
Yeah.
don't understand that. There's no, you got to exit, because
Yeah.
that is not the energy that is a long-term energy. It's not
No.
sustainable. It's just not, and it is very harmful for salons, for business owners. It
Yeah.
is.
And
I
then
know.
and the stylist itself. All you're doing
Yeah.
is receiving negative energy.
Ugh.
And how can you give positive energy back? So in my salon and in my behind my chair, I want the business professional woman that has is so busy that she comes to my salon to relax.
Yes.
I want her to have a zen feeling when she's in my chair. I don't want the whole loudness of this of the of salon that just catty, 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 catty. I'm okay with conversation, but we're not going to scream and laugh so loud that the person next to you or in the other room can hear and not be pampered. It's got to be, we're not at a sporting event. We're in a spa. We're in a salon.
Yeah, it's not Friday night at the local bar. That's just what it is. It's just not.
And
I mean, it just
and think about it. Do you tip better at Denny's, IHOP, or Bob Evans, or would you tip better at a five-star restaurant?
listen, like my New Year's Eve restaurant, I can't remember the name of it. It has a I want to take you guys when you come visit me. I want to take you guys
Okay.
there. Oh my God, the service experience, the energy, all of it. Yeah, you can't compare. You just can't
No,
compare that to just going down
no,
to the the coffee shop down here or the diner. You just
right.
you can't.
There's
So
there's
the
a different
clientele,
environment.
yeah,
It's a
the
different
clientele is
environment.
different. We felt out of
Yes,
place. We felt out of
right.
place. And I mean, I obviously was like a random thing. We didn't plan anything. So I just walked in and I was dressed how I was dressed, which I normally don't dress bad, but I wasn't dressed. But the energy, the environment, the people, the clientele, you can tell is the same thing for your salon. What do I want? I want people that are going to book, rebook, share the information about me. They are going to make sure they're there. They're going to take care of me. They're going to give me the tip of the dreams, which is not an obligation, I always say, but they're going to tip me. They're going to pay me what I ask for. They're going to make referrals. They're going to go on social media and take a selfie. They're going to just talk about me because the experience as a whole from A to Z was worthy of me emptying my pocket and remembering your birthday when it comes around. My stylist
Yeah.
is important to me.
Yes.
That's a
So
big deal.
that's going to bring us to our next one
Go
because I
ahead,
think you
tell
got
me.
something. I think you got something about gratitude worth over what is it? Entitlement, is it what you
Yes,
got?
gratitude versus entitlement. Mm-hmm.
So that's one thing there. We are in the industry of service.
Yes.
And to feel entitled means that you cannot service somebody properly because you feel that you're entitled to have and get.
Mm.
Being grateful
I'm so,
means
yeah.
you are grateful to have that client in your chair to service.
Yes. I was always so grateful to my clients. I would welcome them with I mean, I'm loud anyways, but I used to welcome them with a big old, hug and happy and fun and when they would leave,
Yes,
and I
yes,
remember everybody's story. The chemo, the cat, the dog, the husband, the
yes.
trip, the vacation, the job,
Daughter's
the
wedding,
secretary, the daughters, the
graduation. Yeah,
prom, I mean, all of it. And I will pick up
yes,
where I left it because I was present.
right.
I was present with them. And I wish people could understand that it is so important to be present with them and their lives and their stories because we are more than just somebody who creates a magical moment in their hair that
And
fades away in 4 weeks.
you can have the best skills in your salon. If you feel entitled over the one that doesn't have the best skills involved in the salon, but they are more grateful for their customers, you're going to see customers flock to that person that is grateful to have them than the one that says, I'm entitled because I'm better than anybody in here, and you need me. They don't
Mm-hmm.
need you.
No, need
We
you.
come a dime a dozen,
We do.
you
I started
know?
telling you that everybody can put a foot in their head at this point. They can't.
Yes.
It's
You
how
can go
you
on
make me
YouTube and
feel.
Google it and find out how to do it at home. Not saying that we should be doing this because I
La la
believe
la la. La.
I believe professionalism in our
Yeah,
industry is key for many, many different areas. That'll be another chat that we can get
that'll be a
into
whole other
in
TV
another
show.
podcast, but
Mm-hmm.
definitely that.
That
Yes. And that's where
behavior,
boundaries have to come in.
and when
Boundaries
that
have to
behavior,
come in.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Nicole.
Oh, that's okay. Boundaries have to come in because we don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. that is
Mhm.
there for another stylist, because every client in that salon is that salon's client.
Which is, it comes to what I was going to say, when that behavior is unchecked.
Yes.
I
Yes.
I am I'm guilty of not having the balls to check some people.
We wear our hearts on our sleeves because we
Mm-hmm.
don't want anybody to feel bad. But
Yep.
when it comes to your name and your integrity, it's not about them feeling bad over a client feeling bad, because one client is going to get at least 20 people not coming to your
It's
salon
true. Mm-hmm. Man, it just travels so fast. It just does.
so fast.
And if it's bad,
And you
it
don't know
travels
who they know.
faster. Yep.
Yes. We
Mm-hmm.
have a small world. I mean, we say it like a cliche, but it is a small world. You never know who your clients may know and who they may know of somebody that you know.
I have,
So
just to keep it rolling right there where we were, why boundaries, which is something that is new to me because I have always allowed everybody to do whatever they want to do around me. And when I say that's enough, I'm ugly, I'm terrible, I'm a horrible human being. You know, why boundaries trigger people? Why? Tell me your experience.
I think triggers are something that we feel. Okay. So what we feel is an insecurity within ourselves. Those are what triggers are. So
Mm,
when something triggers you, is because you're insecure about what somebody has already said that you actually believe.
yep.
So sometimes, and I learned this, and this is I'm like plugging all these shows and these restaurants. Married at First Sight, they had a season. Her name was Claire.
I love that
What was
show.
it? Claire? I think it was Claire. Hispanic young lady. And she was into, peace and, yoga and the whole mind thing. And she found herself getting angry with the man that she got married to. They're best friends. They end up getting divorced, but she is not a grudge holder. And she told, this is where I learned it. If something makes you angry, you can't be mad at the person that said it. You have to be mad at yourself
Following it.
because it made you feel a certain way that you believe in yourself. So turn it inner, and why did it make you feel that way, and work on yourself.
Hmm.
So
That's
here
brilliant.
we are in the
Projections. Mm-hmm.
yes, while we're here in this beauty industry, if we think about what we do on a daily basis, the energy that we extend, you can come in completely positive, uplifting, and you're working an 8, 10, 12-hour day, and you're totally beat by the end of the day. You're literally in your car, eyes straight forward, no music on, trying to get home.
I have taken
And
naps in the parking lot before taking off down the street to my house. Okay.
right. So how are we replenishing that? Right?
Yep.
Which goes back to boundaries, not allowing people to bring that negativity to you to bring that on. So I am
Yes.
a firm believer in this industry. We need massages. We need tranquility. We need meditation to release the negative energy that we have, because that's why our backs hurt.
Mm.
That's why we are sick a lot. That's
Mm-hmm.
why we have, it's not just all the work that we do, it's the negative energy that gets put
Energy.
into our bodies and we can't release it. So it gets stuck. It gets stuck
Mm-hmm.
in that shoulder that we're round brushing on, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
I
we
agree
got
on, I
to,
believe in energy. So heavy energy and not having that boundary is something that I have had to learn the really, really hard way. It's come at a very high cost to not
yeah,
have boundaries. And when I do now want to have the boundaries after I have allowed behaviors, it comes at a very high price. And I highly recommend to everyone that when you see something, believe it, don't unsee it, and address it and cut it.
yeah, yeah.
when you operate
Yeah.
out of fear, or like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah.
You're being disloyal to yourself, which
Yeah.
that comes my next kind of topic here, which is under the entitlement, the boundaries, and the sabotage. How disloyalty quietly destroys careers for themselves
Let
and
me
for those
tell
around.
that's first of all, disloyalty is literally maturity.
Yeah.
It really is about maturity and understanding that the golden rule, treat others as you would want to be treated. If you don't want somebody to go behind your back and start talking bad about you, why are you doing it? If you don't like where you work, instead of going out and telling people that, just leave and
Yeah.
let people know you're just not happy there. It's communication. And if you can't communicate and you're going out and you're talking bad about your workplace, first of all, especially if it's a corporate, you're getting fired and you're never going to be able to work there again.
No. Yeah.
You know, you're burning bridges as you go. But it is about maturity. And I want the younger generation of salon beauty professionals to know um, communication is key, and fear of being able to talk up for yourself in a positive and respectful way. If you're not happy in your environment in a salon, the first thing you're supposed to do is go to that owner, go to that manager, and say, hey, this is my goal in this industry. I'm not getting this here. Can they change something for you? Are they, looking out for you there? If they're not, it's time for you to close that chapter and move on. But
Move
it's not
on.
your, right. It's not your responsibility to say something to the next salon you go to about the salon you just left. Because as a salon owner, if you come to me and I ask you, well, how was your time at this salon? And you start saying, well, it was this and it was, and I didn't like it there and they were doing this. I can't trust you to be in my salon
No, because it's
because
only
something
a
may
matter of
happen.
time. Yep, it's only a matter of time
Yes,
that it's your turn too.
yes. And because it's only a matter of time, I'm not going to take that gamble, even if you decide or it is the best place for you. I can't
Hmm.
take that chance on you.
I have always wanted to instill in people that if you are going to be a cashier, be the best cashier that you can possibly be. Be friendly, be kind, work hard, be
Yes,
welcoming, do it with grace. You're gonna be a housekeeper, be the most honorable housekeeper that there is.
yes,
If you're gonna work at a restaurant, be pleasant, be kind, understand that this is my time right now for you to take care of me, because you don't know if I took care of 50 SOBs all day
yeah,
long. And I
yeah,
just really just want this moment to be catered to. Just be the
yeah,
best that you can be and have loyalty and commitment to that job. If you are
yeah,
going to be a cosmetologist, if you are going to be an esthetician, if you are going to be a nail technician, if you're going to be an educator, salon owner, do it with the utmost respect and keep
yes,
the value of that and just be loyal to that. And on your way out, because you don't have anything else left to give, just say, I don't have anything else left to give,
yeah,
and just find a way to separate
yes.
without creating some sort of whatever.
Right, right. Chaos. That's basically what happens. It turns into chaos, and then that chaos becomes uncontrollable.
Yes, because it's not necessary. It's the again that energy that you were talking about is just not necessary to just
Nope.
be in that mindset, because it causes a lot of harm on the way out
Yes.
unnecessarily. I have gone to, I'm experiencing Austin at its finest, at its fullest, and I love this place. But I have gone to a couple of restaurants that I don't like the food, that I'm never gonna go back. Am I gonna sit there and write a review from hell?
No.
Why?
Right.
I chose, I moved on. Would I go
Right.
there again?
And that those are
That's it.
opinions to me.
And those are
Reviews are
opinions.
opinions. Yes.
Opinions.
And we always see the bad opinions about a place, but it doesn't mean the next person might not have that same opinion. But
No,
we're not allowing that person to make their own choice.
no.
We're choosing that for them when we make that
Yes.
negative review.
Yes,
You
that
know
is
what I mean?
correct. And why would
I
I
mean,
do
I'd
that?
rather not do a review than do a bad one
Or not,
because this is
I just
somebody's
won't
life.
go. That's
Right.
it. I don't even mention the
Right.
name. I have, first of all, I'm terrible with names. So I'm not going to remember the name to tell, oh my God, I went to this place and this. No, it just won't go. But
Right.
in the great scheme of things, just whatever you are going to do it from your heart with the best intentions. This industry needs that, needs heart and good intentions. We're creative
Yes.
beings, so we're already a
Yes.
little up here. It just comes with
Yes.
the territory.
Yeah.
But we don't be
Yeah.
just because we don't have to just indulge in that energy and that behavior. We just don't have to. We don't have to tap into it.
And that's the spiritual part of our industry that I think a lot of people have gotten away from in the
Mm,
world, really. But we were put here on this earth to help each other, not tear each other down, not be mean to each other, not to fight each other. You get blessed when you give your gifts back.
I
And
love
that's
that.
where I am in my journey right now in this industry. I have been here for 34 years. When I first started this industry, I loved doing haircuts. That was the number one thing I wanted to do. I was great at it. You could throw any haircut at me and I could do it. Then we got down, foiling came in. Now I want to be the best person to foil. Do you know what
Ever.
I mean? And I learned it, I mastered it, and then we started doing balayage
Oh,
and
gosh.
foilage. And then I was like,
Freehand
oh my
painting.
gosh, right, colors. So many brands now, and so many things are out here that you can try. And I've I've tried so I can't even count how many color systems that I have used.
Uh-huh.
And I will tell you, I don't care what colors you are, what kind of colors you are. It doesn't matter about the color unless you're talking about integrity of the hair. All color is going to do the same thing you want it to do
Mm.
if you're a great colorist.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a great colorist, it's going to be whatever you do to it.
Yes.
And now all the stuff that I have learned, it is my job because I never had this. I have never had a mentor in this industry to say, hey, Nicolle, I'm going to take you under my wing. This is what we're going to learn. This is how you're going to learn this to get to where your dreams are, not their dreams, my dreams.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I want to give back. This is the information I'm going to give you. I need
Yes.
to take this information and do as you
Yes.
will with it. It's
Yes.
not my dream that I'm giving this to you. It's not my dream. This is the information to make you be the best that you can be. And
Yes.
with that, I feel mentorship with me, I lost. Not going to ever say I never had a mentor because I told you,
Mm.
Sam Villa, um, who's guy from Robert Chromiums from Paul Mitchell, Ashley Norman.
I
All
adore her.
those are just
Yes.
yes, there's just those are just a few of the people
Mm-hmm.
that I have followed in this industry for 34 years. Ashley's much newer, but
Yeah. But
they're
she's
a
amazing.
master at what they do.
Yeah.
They have taken their niche and they've mastered it, they've recreated it, and that's what they're my mentors. But you know
They
what? If I
believe.
go to meet them, they wouldn't even know my name. Wouldn't even
They
know me.
believe. No, no, no. Yeah, we're nobody, right? Essentially, we're like nobodies.
Right?
They're like so grandeur, but they bleed passion. Oh,
Yes.
that just comes out.
Yes.
And I can identify. So that's why
Yes.
that works for me. They work for me because I identify, because I am full of this passion and this energy. And it's very difficult because you got to be in the right surroundings so that could be welcome. And you have to be in the right platform so that could be
Yes.
welcomed and accepted and appreciated. And I just love looking at these people that you were mentioning, because these people, they just kind of click with like I see her performing, and I'm like in that little clip of Instagram, and I'm like, I just want to be a little fly there. Yeah, it's just that she
Yes.
oozes creativity and passion and beauty and grace, and all of
Yes.
these people are just amazing. I really value that sort of mentorship, because yes, it's true. I don't have somebody calling me and say, today we're going to talk about this. Like, no, I don't have that, right? To teach
Right.
me the mentor. But this is like, thankfully, we have the social media platform. And instead of using it for negative stuff, we're using it so we can better ourselves and educate ourselves and try to connect with that energy. Man, we'd be so elevated.
Yes.
There's no stopping us now.
No, no
Isn't there a
stopping us
song like
now.
that? Is there a song?
There ain't no
Ain't no
stopping us
stopping us
now.
now. We got the groove. Yeah. Don't get me started,
Now
girl.
you
I'll start
really dating
singing.
yourself.
Listen, there are two things that I think that I am, right? One is a stand-up comedian, for sure. And another one, a singer. For real. And I
Right.
just
Right.
groove.
Oh my goodness. I
Oh my
love it.
God.
I
Let's
love it.
let's sing, let's circle it back. We're almost done, sadly. Seasoned stylists versus new graduates. What seasoned professionals forget about starting out that could be very supportive and helpful to new babies? And what new stylists misunderstand about longevity, and how both can grow instead of compete?
Oh, that's a mouthful right there.
I know, I'll
Well,
read it again.
seasoned professionals need to be able to accept releasing their information
Yes,
and
share.
not feeling that somebody is going to steal their clients.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? I feel any stylist that has the fear of somebody stealing a client, first of all, we can't steal people. We don't own humans
We don't own
anymore.
them. No.
But um, that means that you don't believe you're doing everything you possibly can to keep your clients. I was on medical leave 3 months. I am in a suite setting. I had three other suite owners take care of my clients while I was gone. They are all back with me now that I'm back behind the chair. Why? Because I don't have fear. And if they chose those other stylists, I'm not mad. They were
Mm,
never my clients to begin with. For whatever reason, either I wasn't doing what I wanted to do proper, maybe I was charging more than that stylist was charging, but then that means that you weren't with me for who I am and what I can do.
there you
Do you
go.
know what I mean? So
Hmm.
that just means that we're always building our clientele. I have never been told when you get to a certain number of customers, stop taking customers. I don't believe in that. I don't
No,
care if you're booked out for 3, 4, 6 months.
no.
You're always going to leave room for a new client. Age, financial status, all of that can change in a moment.
Yes, it
And
can.
then you're going to need to rebuild that
Build
clientele.
that
So why rebuild it and not
when you
just
can.
maintain it?
Exactly. Brilliant. Maintain it.
Yes, and
Constantly
maintain it.
maintain it. Yes.
Yes.
And that
And then
also
the other
allows you
one
the
was
opportunity.
there was what?
I said that that also allows you the opportunity of a previous
Yeah,
topic that we mentioned about firing clients, because I am constantly building clientele. If because at the end of the day, it's my job, and it's I have to choose, do I be tortured by this person or not over
yeah,
money, right? I mean, that sounds
right,
terrible, but it's the truth. I have, by me constantly maintaining the building and the growth of my business, I have now the opportunity that if something is just not connecting with me anymore, you're no longer a good fit for me, and I'm no longer a good fit for you, and we should part. I can't, because I'm not hurting my business.
right,
I
right.
think. Exactly,
Right.
right? I think it's important that you continue all the time to build your clientele and don't be too good to
Correct.
take people. Because that's another thing people we get so big head. Oh my God, it's so easy for people to get a big head.
Yeah.
I mean,
But that's
things
the
change.
ego. And if we think about it, ego's a sin. Do you know what I
Oof.
mean? It is part of it. That's where, you feel self indulgence and then or in like or what were we talking about earlier? Entitlement.
Entitlement. Yeah.
That's where when we feel that we are bigger than the earth, and I'm going to tell you right now, Sam Veland, he's been in this industry, what, 45, 50 years. That man is so humble,
Mm-hmm.
and he doesn't feel like he's better than anyone. I think he knows he's got wisdom because of his longevity in the industry, but I don't feel like he feels he's better than anyone. I think he thinks everybody can do what he did if you just put your mind to what you want to do. I
Nick
really, and I
Rojo
haven't met him
too. It's someone that I follow too, Nick Rojo. I
yet.
like
Nick
him. He
Rojo,
seems like
yeah.
yes, he feels to me like home. He's very well, first of all, he's from New York, or it's he is in New York, and I'm from New York, and that's kind of where I started my career. Um, and it just feels so relevant to me because it's that old school, classy education and that
Mhm.
mentorship, and it comes from a very like good, grounded place. And
Yes,
I
yes.
like that. I appreciate that too. I don't know how we got back to the mentorship, but here we are.
Right.
I
What's
don't know
the
what
other one
happened.
that we were talking about? Longevity, right?
Longevity.
Was it
Yes.
that
So
is misunderstood?
it's yeah, what new stylists misunderstand about longevity?
I think body. I'm going to say that first of all.
Okay.
We there's a lot of our young stylists or salon future stylists that are not understanding there's a pump on our chair for a reason.
Oh my gosh. You see me walking through the school. Hey, bring her up. Hey, bring her down. Your neck. Hey, your shoulders. Bring that. Yeah, all the time.
Right?
Uh-huh.
Posture. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a living testimony to it with 4 back surgeries
Oh my
in,
gosh.
10 years. It's like, yeah, that chair goes up and down for a reason. Your shoulders and your arms are not supposed to be up here round brushing. They should be at a level
And
that
your
where it needs to
tray.
be.
And your tray.
Yes.
Move your
And your
tray.
tray. Let your body be at rest.
Mm-hmm.
Be at rest while you are making beauty, creating beauty.
I'm a
That's
midget, so
definitely.
I had to tell my clients, sorry, I'm gonna need you because this is what I do all day long, but you're here for like 2 hours. I want you to slide down a little bit so I can get to the top of your head instead of me trying to
That's
do
right.
this. Because that'll hurt. I hurt at the end of the having used to have
Yes.
like 6, 8 clients a day. I
Yes.
beat my body up.
Yes.
You here for
Yes.
2 hours, 3 hours, your back is gonna be fine. But mine, it's not. Could you please just because I'm a midget, I need like a bar, a
Right.
stool up, a step stool. But yes, true. You have to ask your clients
Yeah.
and to just please slide down. Can you please move sit over here? Can you please? And some people are like,
Yes.
I don't wanna hurt them. I don't want to like, okay.
Look,
Okay.
bend that over. I got to get this straight line over here. Bend it this way. I always tell my new clients, you never knew that coming
Mhm.
to the salon was going to be interactive. It's
There's gonna be
interactive.
a little yoga
You are
involved.
participating with your creating your beauty.
It's gonna come with yoga. May not be all the way zen, but the pulses will be there.
That's right. And when you get out of here, you're going to look on point. That's what I'm talking about. Most definitely. So,
How
and then
can
competitive.
yeah? How can we
So,
both grow? Like the new stylist instead of competing with the old stylist and vice versa.
well, the main thing and the main reason why I got into this industry was because of the signature that everybody puts on their creation that they make people beautiful. We may be side by side, Leticia,
Come and go.
by our chairs, right? We could be doing the exact same technique of a balayage on 2 different people. It's never going to look the exact same. It's going to look similar, but it will never look the exact same. And that's okay
Yep.
because I don't want my clients to go out there and look like everybody else. And
No.
that's why all my services are custom. Haircut, they can bring me in a look, but I'm going to look at the shape of the face. I'm going to look at the shoulders. I'm going to tell them, okay, let's tweak this to do this because of your shoulders, your neckline, your
Basement.
hairline, all of this,
Hmm.
facial shape, everything that we create cannot be put on from a picture to another human being if they
No.
don't have the exact features. And nobody has the exact features. So
No.
why am I competing with you that we do the same, even if we do the same thing, it's never going to be the same.
Oh, hair
And
history. The hair history, like
yes,
it's just not going to be the same. I am an artist, you're an artist, this is an artist. We're all different people with
right,
different approach to things. Even when we have
right.
the same technique and we know that this is the level that we need to go and that this is the formula that needs to be mixed, it is what it is. We are different beings. We all bring
Yes,
something different to the table and we're all equally valuable. I
yes,
wish people would understand that. We're all equally
yes,
valuable. You have 34 years, I have 34 years, but I promise you that your 34 years has nothing to do with mine, or mine with yours.
exactly.
Different experiences. Can we come together and speak about common ground and things that we have lived through
Yes,
generations in the industry? Absolutely. Can we agree in
definitely.
90% of them? Yes, but there will be 10% that we can't agree because your experience and my experience are different grounds, different places, different demographics altogether. And I don't
Yep.
understand why we continue to have this competition amongst each other. Makes no sense.
None, none.
Period.
None. And that's why there should be no competition. And if
No.
I see you, if we're working side by side and I see you do a technique that I'm like, oh, that's easier
Oh,
than
I
what
want
I
to see
do,
that.
you should
Hmm.
be like, come over here and I'll show you. And so that we're helping each other grow and we're helping
Yes.
each other um
Build each other.
build each, yes, yes,
Build
that's
each
the
other.
number one thing is growing together. And in a salon where you are and they say salons are going to go away, I don't ever believe that. I
I don't
believe
think
that
so.
the salons are going to be strong because a lot of people like to be with other people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's easier to learn from other people.
And it's
If
not going to
you're
go away because one of my goals for the Rumor Room is to make salon owners to become mentors for our new
oh,
generation, our new
definitely.
society of beauty professionals that are there
Yes,
hungry, starving for
yes,
one-on-one knowledge right
yep,
after school. So I want this. Yes, it's not going anywhere because, I got a lot to say. And this is one of the things that I really want to just go back and make sure that people like salon owners, please, let's teach this generation on how to be excellent because you already have done it. You
yeah,
already have created the platform for them. Let's
right.
just continue to just nurture the education and the confidence and the ability to expand and be better and do better and build. Please, let's not get tired. I mean, I even took my glasses off for that. I can see, but but I need to put this back on. But I'm just saying, like every time, I don't know why I do this. Every time I'm passionate, I take my glasses off. I just think maybe I get passionate. Maybe I get more clear passion. I don't know. I just feel like it's so important. I love that you said that. I was like, yeah, no, we have to. Yes, we do, Nicole. We have to. This industry cannot go away because I'll be looking pretty rough. I can't. I'm vain. I got that from my mama. We can't. Can
I'm
somebody
going to
just
tell
really?
you, if we really, us seasoned veteran stylists, salon
Yeah,
professionals that have been in this business forever, if you really think about others have opened doors for you
for you.
to get where you need to go.
Yes.
You're always supposed to reach behind you and
Yes.
pull them up with you as you go. Somebody,
Yes.
not everybody,
Not
uh,
everybody.
not everybody is
Don't make a hole
entitled
in
to
your
get
boat.
there, right? But those that are deserving and appreciative, those are the ones you want to bring forward
Yes.
and you want to reach
Yes.
back for. And
Man,
that's where I am in my career today. As I'm reaching back, I am I'm trying to help others understand the different avenues that this industry has. A lot of people do not know that just staying behind the chair is not all that this industry
thank
um,
you.
is expected. You
Yes,
have,
there's more to
like I
it.
said, I'm a part of the Professional Beauty Association. The
Yes.
Professional Beauty Association is the go-to organization for every salon professional. I don't care what you do in the beauty industry, makeup artist, nail tech, um, a skin therapist, a hairstylist, a bridal stylist. They have everything you need education wise. They have other companies that they work with to give you discounts on other things that you would have to pay full price for. It helps you build through this industry, specifically for this industry. And everybody needs to go to probeauty.org. Tell them Nicolle Talley sent you
Yes,
because
I'm
that is
hoping to
important.
have a chat with them soon. So we'll probably be
Yeah,
elaborating
that's
more
right.
with
Yeah,
them. I'm so looking forward to
yes.
that.
I think you will.
You know what, something that I looked into your bio that I had not acknowledged, that it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of very similar paths. You work for Cut It Out also,
Yes, I belong to the organization Cut It Out, which affiliated with the Professional Beauty Association.
domestic violence.
Correct. And what this organization trains us as salon professionals is to see the signs of abused women or men in this world. And those signs are for us to help save lives and getting them on their site. They have a 1-800, I think it's 188 number that they can call right there in your chair to get help immediately. They've got, you can look up in your own local areas who help women with domestic violence to get them help immediately. But there are signs, and it might not be the first time you see them. It might be the next time you see them. It might be the third or fourth time you see them because
When they
domestic
get
violence
comfortable. Mm-hmm.
is so real and
Mm-hmm.
so tragically transformative to that person that they stay silent. They stay silent because they don't want anybody to know. Number one, some people just don't feel that they want anybody to know that they're in that position. Some don't want to be harmed if that other person finds out they've been
Mm.
talking about it. You know, there's many reasons. I can't give you all of them, but I am very attached to abused women because I'm a strong woman and I don't feel that as
Yeah.
women we have to be submissive to the fact of letting somebody abuse you, whether it's physically,
Emotionally
mentally,
or verbally.
verbally, or emotionally. You do not
Financially too.
have to take that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that makes you feel unworthy at any point in your relationship, get out. So you
Yep.
don't get into that point. But it is dear to my heart. And um, I want to even get more involved in my community with it, with doing cut-a-thons and drives to get the necessities for women, especially those with children. Because when a woman leaves an abusive relationship, they leave with the clothes on their back.
They're back. Yep.
So we got to think no toothbrushes, toothpaste, soaps, socks, underwear, all of those things, a comb to comb your hair. That's what we women need, brushes and combs. We need those things to feel beautiful. And I'm trying to actually at this time get a group of girls um, together to once a month go into these shelters that house domestic violence women and do a beauty day,
That's wonderful.
showing children how to do hygiene, how to wash, what to wash with, make sure they're dry, especially our young girls. making sure they know how to take care of their hair,
Their
because our
skin.
hair is our crown. If
Hmm.
your hair is not done and your face is not done, and you don't have to wear a whole bunch of makeup, but just a tinted lip gloss
Look, we
can
can
make you
try.
feel so much better. That's the first step of healing.
So, fun fact, back in the 1800s in Florida, when I lived there and I had my salon, I used to close 2 days out of the week and go volunteer. Well, I didn't volunteer. I worked for an agency called Safe Space,
Oh,
um, and go into the rural communities and just they will let me. They will like churches will let me have space. Some apartment complex will let me have space. Some little organizations or clubs will let me have space and meet women and help them create exit plans from domestic violence. So I used to close my salon. Mind you, I had no business closing my salon because I literally was making like $11,000 a month with two little kids, right? But that always gave me so much satisfaction to be able to help women in need of escape with her children to a safe space, to the shelter. And that's what I used to do in Florida. I did that for a few years. Domestic violence is something that, I don't know, I think I maybe wanted to be Detective Benson from Law and Order. I think I still watch that. I've always watched, I still watch it. I'll leave you right now and go down to the couch and that's what I'll turn on. Special Victims Unit. I I just always want to somehow give back to those women because again, I'm such a strong woman and I can endure so much in my back. A lot of women don't have that. A lot of women are in
yeah,
this situation. I have been, and they don't know how to get out. They don't know how to
yes,
say enough. So I always have had that. And when I read that, I was like, oh my God, this woman, duh, she's strong. She's a leader. So of course she's going to be part of something of that nature. I just immediately like it made sense to me. In North Dakota, in Williston, I also when I had my salon, I used to work, not work, but I used to help women that were victims of domestic violence. The shelter would bring them to me, and I would do the hair and the hair makeover, hair color, haircut makeover, you know, for free, just so they can just start their new because they were going to start getting jobs and starting their new lives and all that
yes,
stuff. And I used
yeah.
to do that in the salon, and I loved that. That was so satisfying to me. So when I saw that, I was like, you know what? Maybe outside of the podcast, at some point, you and I can talk about it and figure out how we can just bring more awareness and just maybe be involved in
Oh yeah,
helping that because that's something that makes my heart happy.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tough and I have a beautiful life and I have a fantastic marriage and a beautiful home, and I think that I can give from my own experience. If I
Yep,
can do it, you can do it because I'm
yes,
no better woman than
yes.
you are, and you're no better
Right.
woman than I am. If I
That's
can do
right.
it, you can do it. I can help you, give
That's
you the
right.
tools so you can do that, so you can become that, because it takes
I
time
believe
to
it. Yeah.
build yourself up from the ground and pick yourself up back again and find that
Oh, of course it
confidence.
does. Of
And
course
that's
it
why
does.
this
Yes.
industry needs to do that. We need to continuously pour on people. And I know that a lot of times our cup, it's like, it's so dry. We have like spider webs and sand and scorpions living in it because it's so dry.
Yeah.
Did you get the
Right.
visual? Did you see the desert inside the
Yes.
cup? Okay. But I think that it's very valuable. We have that. We have our experience. We have our knowledge. So
Yeah.
we have this tool. We have a strong voice. We should do that. And I don't know. This is not part of our script or nothing.
Yeah, I
This is
know.
not part of our topic, but it is topic now.
Right. Right. And
And
they always say, even if you tell yourself one thing negative about yourself, you got to say 5 to 10 things positive
positive.
to remove that.
Oh, that comes
Do you know what
hard.
I mean?
It's easier
That is
said
very
than done.
hard. So
Mm-hmm.
think about somebody who's been abused. It didn't just start off being
By the love,
abusive.
by the
You've
loved
been
one.
groomed that
Mm-hmm.
way. They were charming. They did everything for you. And then little by little, they chipped away at your character and who you really are and transitioned you to what they wanted.
Oh,
you to be.
jeez. Yeah.
And I cannot say personally I've been through that completely. But there's been boyfriends in my past that have tried.
Hmm.
Luckily for me, I've had strong male figures in my life that demanded exit out of relationships, and it was just I was just grateful for that. But
Thank
not
God.
everybody has that.
Has that. No, no, it's true. So with that being said, that's something that we should probably talk a little bit more about. But
Yeah,
to try to get closer to concluding, um,
yeah.
burnout, stagnation. Why careers stall or end early? This is a big one. Burnout signals most ignored. What truly supports longevity? I can definitely talk about number two, the burnout. But what, boy.
Well, what career stall because you stalled. You stopped. You didn't continue doing the things that you were doing to attract clients on a regular basis. So it stalled. And then you were comfortable in
Mm.
that area.
Hmm.
And when you get comfortable, then clients actually can stop trusting you because you've stopped learning, you've stopped bringing new ideas to them. They have an idea that you may not know how to do or they don't trust you to do, so they'll go elsewhere. They'll come back to you for that maintenance, but they won't come back to you to change that style if you have not tried
Nope.
to be consistent in your industry.
100%. I have had, when I owned my salon, clients that started coming to me, which was kind of complicated because they used to go to somebody else. But when that somebody else will get really into their party life or into being hungover or canceling, he loved canceling clients or not showing up or not doing the full like actually being invested in the client. I
Yep.
remember
Yep.
clients that are coming to me, which was kind of uncomfortable to an extent, but I was like, it's either I take them or they go down the block.
Yep. Yep.
So here I am,
That's
just to
right.
keep them happy and give them, because it's true, people get so comfortable and they don't think that
Yeah.
they have to deliver excellence anymore, that they can have asked their work and their performance behind the chair because they're so good,
Yeah.
so good, so grand that they don't have to anymore, bring it all in. And that happens a lot. People will go down the street.
Do you know I still get excited doing hair? And I know my customers think I'm crazy because I'm like I'll sit. We've been doing color on you for thousands of years, it seems like. And when I just see it glowing and it's smooth and that finish is just there, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. They get excited because I'm excited of what I just did for them.
Yes, yes, it's
So that
satisfying.
if you stop doing that and they don't see that anymore, you're going to lose clients. And once you start to lose clients, now you're in rebuild mode. You got to go back to the beginning, which can cause burnout. Because
Yep.
now you're working open to close 6, 7 days a week to try to rebuild that clientele. And but you have a different attitude. You have a
Mm,
different attitude because you know how good you are. So you're not
yes.
connecting and being as humble as you would when you were first starting.
Yeah,
So
because you can't
yeah,
be cocky and not have the,
yeah.
not bring it.
Humbleness, it really gets you a lot more than being cocky and entitled. And
Yeah,
then burnout. When's enough's enough? You've worked, let's say just 8 hours, but you had six people in those 8 hours, and now Missy just called in and wants to get in a real quick cut and blowout. You stay.
yeah.
So that goes back to boundaries to me too. Where are your
Boundaries.
boundaries?
Yeah.
These are your hours. You sometimes have to stay. Some clients, like, oh my goodness, I was supposed to go get and come with you. We had to cancel this. I have the wedding tomorrow. I know you're booked, but I need this done. Can you squeeze me in? those that are coming to me consistently, they don't ever
Forever.
reschedule, they
Yeah.
don't ever cancel. I'm doing them a favor, but that's not everybody.
It has to be
Everybody doesn't
earned.
get that favor.
It has to be
And
earned.
then, right. And then longevity.
Mm-hmm.
Longevity goes back to your consistency.
Mm.
That supports your longevity. When you are consistent, and in this time, consistency also means your social media platforms. Are you on there for social reasons or are you on there for business? I have a personal social media and I have a business social media. I do not mix the two together. My life, when I go home, is my life. When I come to my studio, is my business. I do
Mm-hmm.
not mix my lives together because you have to have a work-life balance, whether you are a hourly stylist, a commission stylist, a booth runner, a suite owner, or an independent where you are now mobile and you're doing your own thing. You
Yeah.
still have to be consistent and making sure that those boundaries don't cross.
And that it's a thing. People had to earn that with me. I've been backwards for my clients. I didn't care, but they had to be earned. If you were a heavy,
Yes.
first of all, you could not cancel on me because I was booked Saturdays for months. So, or I was booked most of the time during the week for weeks and months. So you could not get in that habit. But there were some clients that had already the longevity, the reliability that they were going to, the trust, the responsibility that they appreciated me, right? Because it's like
Yes.
it's a mutual relationship,
Yes.
right?
Respect. Yeah, and the respect.
Respect. And yeah, I listen, I got called into work and I just can't go. You know that I'm gonna come on a Sunday to do your hair. And
Right.
Sundays, Lord knows and everybody knows me, I am not doing much on a Sunday.
That's right. The
I'm
Lord's
gonna
Day.
be with the Lord and my couch, or the
Yep.
Lord and my husband. One of the two, or both. That's or the three of them. I'm just saying, like, it's not something that I'm going to compromise, but sometimes people deserve that because they earn it. And that's how you
Yeah.
create that longevity, because people know that, man, this woman, she would understand me having a situation or an
Yeah.
emergency, or being there all the time, available and reliable for your clients. Now that
Yeah.
doesn't mean to violate the boundaries. My hours are from this to this,
Yes.
and you have to make that concession and ask that time off, or make that
Yes.
time available within this bounds. You have to. You can't,
That's right.
that their friendships and your mama and your daddy and your cousin coming in having free services and all that stuff, or not showing up for you in the way that you will appreciate if they respect your business or value your business. I mean, so many different things that comes along, having, making sure that you have
Yeah.
that boundary. But I recognizing burnout, I'm going to speak on that. I have been burned out, I'm going to say, for the past 3 years, severely burned
Okay.
out. But I keep going and going and going because I don't have enough button. But recognizing that, it's very challenging, and I'm going to assume that I'm not the only human that feels that way. That when they are burned out, they don't address it. They
Exactly.
just they keep
Piles
going,
up. Yeah.
and it
So
piles up.
think about it. Let's go back to the energy. When you
Mm,
keep going and going and going, and your energy has been given, 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 but you
mm,
have not received that positive energy back,
mm. Yeah.
that's where burnout is. So you have given all of it. And then you might have like the financial funding that's coming in from doing services, but you're not receiving your time off to vent and relax and have fun. You're too tired.
Yeah.
So when we're too tired, that's why I don't do it, but going to the gym and working out and releasing that energy, to get those
Mm.
pheromones going to make you feel more positive. That's what you need, some type of release. If we don't have a release, all our positive energy has been sucked from us and we haven't been regenerated.
Yes. And I think that that's very
You know,
valuable. It's very important to acknowledge it, address it, and redirect.
And that's another thing about having the conversations behind your chair. If every customer came in behind your chair and had to complain about their day, about their family, about their kids, about their job, you're taking on that
All that.
negativity while you're touching them and releasing your positive energy.
Yes.
So it's got to be a balance. You've got to regenerate that positive feeling back into our bodies and that energy. Otherwise, burnout will never go away.
No, it will continue until then you become resentful and then you want to like,
Yes,
there's no in
yes.
between at that point. So
All
let's do
right.
the closing. Oh my God,
Yes,
look at us go. Gosh, we can talk.
I know we can, can't we? That's okay though. We just have more content.
I mean, I think warned everybody. Um, Closing. So legacy and responsibility. Responsibility that comes with being an influence, with influence. The type of professionals we are shaping and what's at stake if standards aren't raised. Oof. Look at me go. That was a punch.
Yeah. So I think right there, that is responsibility of who we influence and how we influence is
Mhm.
key. And
Yeah.
that goes to people's character. And I have to really say, are you a good person or are you a bad person?
Yeah.
It really comes down to that. If you are a bad person, you're going to put out there somebody that wants to compete negatively, stab people in the back, and step over people to get to what they want.
No matter what.
Um, no matter what, no matter
Mhm.
who they hurt.
Nope.
And then you have those that are positive, that want to see the good in everybody, want to bring the best out in everybody. And that's where we have to understand where our influence is. And we need more people that want to be the positive person and bring out the positive. We got enough negativity in our world, enough negativity in every person. We both have a good and evil
And
side
back.
in
Yes,
both
we
of
do.
us.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
And the indigenous side of me will tell you that there's the chief of the Indian tribe told his grandson that there's two wolves that live inside us.
Mm.
One is good, one is evil, and they battle constantly throughout your life. And he
Mm-hmm.
left it at that. Grandson starts to think about it, comes back to his grandfather and says, "Grandfather, well, who wins?" He doesn't tell him good or evil. He tells him the one you feed.
Mm.
So which one are you feeding? You're going to feed the evil one, you're going to get evil things.
Yeah.
If you feed the good one, you're going to get blessed things.
Yes.
So kindness, caring, being the part of the good wolf is you have to. If
Yeah.
you want a blessing in this world, you can be blessed with many materialistic things in this world from the evil side.
Oh, yeah.
But there is a price that you are going to pay that I don't think anybody, if they really could see in the future what that is, would
Mm.
want to have.
No. Sometimes I'm saying some people don't have enough skin in their body to just
That's right.
handle the force of that hand that comes down on you
That's right.
and drives you through that hot pavement in Texas, 102 degrees. I'm scared.
Oh, too close. Close enough for me.
Damn. It's a hot pavement for some people. People don't realize I'm like joking, but people don't realize that what you put out is what you're gonna
You
get
get it
back.
back.
And if you
And you're
think
supposed, and in the good, you're supposed to get it back tenfold.
I'm here for
You know
it,
what I mean?
I'm here for it. It's my turn for harvest.
Yes.
I'm just saying, people don't realize that you're indulging in that moment, but that moment will come and turn back around like a
Yes, it
boomerang.
will. And that's where we as humans, we want to see it. We want to know it's being done. But if we really know that we don't have control over the when and the where and the why, we're more at peace. Just know
Mm-hmm.
it's going to happen. And
Mm-hmm.
when it does, victory has been chosen.
I know. I know it's kind of satisfying actually to know, but that is very powerful. You do the realization that we're split, right? I'm not very Bible savvy, and I'm not going to go there because religion is a touchy subject. But um, um, Cain y Abel. I don't know how to say that in English. Cain and Abel. Is that how you say it?
Yes.
There's two. We good and bad. So if we unleash and let it be and fester in the bad, like it's not going to
Yeah.
come and turn back around. It's just like trying to do good and fight against all of that evil. It's a hard
Yes.
thing. It's easier said than
Yes.
done because we do
Yes.
want vengeance and we do want to influence people in a negative way, and but it's a responsibility, and we need to take that responsibility very serious and think, I have family, I have children in this world, I have people that I love, I have my husband, I have my career, my associates, my collaborators. I don't want anything negative to happen to them because I
Right. Right.
indulged
Right.
in causing
Right.
harm. And I don't know when God comes back what he's gonna go ahead and do. Ay!
Right.
Like,
But
where is
that's
he
the
throwing the
why.
chancla? Where is he
That's
throwing the chancla at? To whom? I don't want that. I don't want no parts of that.
And that's the why. We all have a why in life. The why in the industry is important to know.
Yes.
Why are you doing this? Do you know
Yes.
what? You know what I mean? Why are you doing it at the moment that you're doing this? Why did you go to cosmetology school? Fulfill that. Why are you working for this salon? Why did you choose to go independent? Why did you choose to rent a booth? It's the why. If you
Yes.
learn your why, because your is not going to be my why.
No.
So
It's
if you're
a
trying to do what my why is, it's never going to work for you.
no.
And that's why I love this industry. It's all individualized.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of competition out there to be the best,
Yes.
but your best is in your
How?
community where you make them the biggest impact. And
Yes.
that's where you're supposed to go. I tell everybody that I touch here in my community, if you took the population where I work, I alone could not service 1% of the population here. I'd have to work open to close 7 days a week.
Day
And
and
when I
night.
mean open to close, it is from dusk till dawn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's and everything in between. There is no time off. I couldn't do that. You would die. So understanding your why, your purpose, and what it is you're supposed to do in this industry, not for just you, for your clients and your
Yeah.
community.
The communities. I when I opened the cosmetology school, I had a couple of factors. One was I was a salon owner and I didn't have like employable stylists. And I could tell that everybody was fighting like amongst each other for the same lousy employee because there was not an abundance of it, right? And there was a lot of competition. I also felt that I had so much to give, knowledge wise and experience wise, that I think I could be a benefit for the community. But one of the biggest things too, not obviously this is a very unisex field, but in that area, it's oil and gas farming.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's what it is. Oil, gas, farm. And all these women with not everybody's college material. Not everybody is a
yeah,
nurse.
right.
It's just what it is. Not everybody's a
Yeah,
bookkeeper and accountant. It's just not. There are a lot
yeah,
of creative women and a lot of women that needed a quick career. So either they can leave their spouses or they can have independence or they cannot just be at home with stuck with children, or they're a young girl that wanted to always be a hairstylist and play with beauty, or somebody who wanted to change somebody's image, or wanting to or have I'm a single mom and I'm young and I want
yeah,
kid and I can't take care of myself, and this career could do that for me. There was so many like reasons, and I'm going through a divorce, and I'm going to just try to, this is what I need so I can get back on my feet. There's just so much that play a role, and it was a factor. I felt like it was my responsibility to positively influence the community with something that I was so good at and had the skills and the potential to do that with. And I thought would that was a responsibility that I had because I had it. I had the
Right.
knowledge, I had the experience. But it's a responsibility. The word
Yeah.
responsibility already is heavy,
Right.
right? So then
Right.
what do you do? Graduating 97 people in 6 years. Okay, great. What are you gonna do after that? That's my legacy. I did that. Now that was a responsibility. I want people that own salons to always think about their responsibility that they have for the community and the way that they influence what they accept in their home, meaning their salon. The stylist, the professional, the responsibility that they have with themselves, the client, the salon, and the community, um, and the future people to come. To always keep that in mind, because at the end of the day, that is your legacy,
Yes.
right? How you're gonna
Right.
influence. I think that that's a very
Yeah.
powerful
Yes.
thing that you don't think about. You don't, you just really don't. You're just producing and doing in a daily, you get up, you shower, you brush your
Yep.
teeth, you drink your coffee, you go to work, and do it again and again like a robot, but you're not
Yeah.
really thinking that there's more to it in the
Yeah.
process of that. Hmm.
There's much more to this industry.
The type of professionals we are shaping matter.
Yes. If we're going to shape selfish, competitive, um, entitled stylists, that's what we will have, and this industry will die
Mm.
because nobody is going to want to teach or train or mentor anybody.
No.
After a certain point in time, it'll be done.
Mhm.
So it's very, very important for us to shape the salon professionals of understanding the old way of you being a beautician. Remember that word? Um,
Yeah.
you will never make any money in it.
Mm.
And my my whole concept now is if you think that truly you don't know what this industry is really about, because this industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it didn't get that way for people only uh, getting 12 to $25,000 a year. That's not how it got to that
No,
point.
no.
So I would tell these future salon professionals, find your niche as fast as you can. Don't rush it because you want your niche to be your own. And if it changes, it's okay. Because like I said, I wanted to be a hairstylist, then I wanted to be a colorist, and then I wanted to be a foilist. I wanted to be a balayage expert. And now I want to be an educator. And I am trying to give the information that has been given to me and is continually given to me to those that want it and want to take that information and run with it and make their own successful career behind the chair. Because
Yeah.
if you're not making six figures in this industry, you're not trying.
No.
You're
No.
not trying. You're expecting somebody else to do it for you. You're not
Yes.
trying.
Yes. That is entitlement. My salon owner doesn't promote me. I have no clients.
And you know what? The salons didn't promote us either back in the day because we didn't have any
No,
social media.
we
And the
did. We had a
advertisements,
flyer and
what
links.
your salon, I don't care if it was independent, corporately owned, franchised, they represented the salon. They didn't represent you.
No.
You worked in there. So what were you doing to get those people into you from their advertisement?
Nicolle,
That,
I remember like it was yesterday. Printing my flyers, black and white, because the color printers were
yep.
too expensive, honey. Uh,
Well,
and
we
then,
didn't have this computer to video
no,
time. We didn't
no,
have these phones to be
no,
getting on social media. No, no,
no.
no.
And I had legs, and I had to walk that entire parking lot and put my flyer on your windshield.
I don't know if you did it, but I did. I used to
I
have a
did.
bag of pin
Oh,
pushing pins and
uh,
go into the grocery stores where they had the billboard and post my card up there.
I used to print out, and I think I've seen that still where you have your cell phone, your phone number,
Yeah.
but it wasn't my cell phone because I didn't have no cell phone.
No, you have the
No,
salon's
ma'am.
number.
I had a beeper. I could type babe on that beeper too. I think it was B and a 3 and an 8 or something like that. I'm just saying that's what we had back then.
That's right. So
Dang.
it's more
Oh,
accessible to get to people now. You
yes, and
know?
look what we have. We have
Yes.
everything. The world in our fingertips. There's no rooftop to our career.
Yes.
Oh, right now I am feeling
Yes.
so empowered because I know that there will be the young generation that are going to be absorbing some of the advice that we have
Yes.
given, and
Yes.
then we're going to have the
Yes.
seasoned stylists. They're going to be like, girl, me too, I remember doing that too. And we're going to have all of it because why? We are able to transcend. We have no rooftop because we have social media, and we're going to be able to hit
Right.
everybody. Everyone that wants to listen
Yes.
to our cackle, they're going to be able to.
Yes.
These girls are don't understand that they
No,
have no rooftop to their careers at
none.
all.
So if you're not making six figures, you're not trying.
That's on
You're
you.
not trying.
You're putting your energy where you don't have business to be putting your energy. Take that energy,
Right.
reroute it, and put it in your business, and you'll see. You'll
Yes.
see.
Yep.
That's it.
Yep.
Then let's see. Let's see if we're almost done. The type of professionals we're shaping, we already talked about that. What's at stake if standards aren't raised? Oof.
Well, I think if standards aren't raised, if the structure doesn't change, I think that goes hand in hand. The industry will diminish.
Mm.
I really believe the industry will diminish. Will it die? I don't think so, but I don't think you're going to have many people wanting to train. Okay, because I'll tell you, I think instructors are more um, unlikely to be found than there is students.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I think there's more students coming out than there are instructors
Instructors.
in cosmetology schools.
Yeah.
And and then the second point is if they're going to raise the standards, and if we get the structure aligned from coast to coast, are they going to remove cosmetology schools and put you in colleges?
That's a whole nother show.
That's a whole nother show.
I invite anybody who knows anything about the matter to just please talk to me. I want to know. I don't know
Yeah,
everything at all. I just need to
yeah.
know.
Because I'm looking at it as I've been in the business for 34 years. I just told you my whole career and generations of how I just transitioned on what I wanted to learn. But I would have to go back to school for at least another year, 6 months to 8 months, to become an instructor here in Michigan, where my my license should automatically allow me to be able to become an instructor if that was what I chose to do. And after I become an instructor, after the 6 to 8 months, then I have to work under a licensed instructor for 3 years before I get my secondary license.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
But I can do an apprenticeship that lasts 2 years. I can do one and get them certified, and then I have the ability after 2 years to have as many as I want. But
Hmm.
that is the the difference where I don't see how that all fits in our industry. It's just like we have different departments that don't align with each other.
Mm-mm.
So
In
we don't have
Texas,
apartments.
you
Yeah.
don't have to, my understanding, you don't have to have an instructor's license. I got licensed, I think it was fall of 2018. So, but here you don't have to have a license. They took that, they removed that law anymore, that you just,
And I think, and there's many other states. It's not just Michigan
oh,
that does it, and there's not just Texas that does that too. I think East Coast has the same thing, that you don't have to go to cosmetology school or go to instructor school to get an instructor's license. And
that's
that is another thing that, how many more instructors would
what we
we
have.
have that have been in
Yes.
the industry, have knowledge of the salon atmosphere, that can teach beyond what is needed for cosmetology school.
But you also have, like there's a misconception too about, and I think you touched on it a little bit about there are so many different ways to build your career that is not just behind the chair. You
Yes,
you can educate and become a private educator slash I certify you on anything and everything and make money that way, be a freelancer, educate for another brand, educate. Good Lord.
you
There
can
is,
do runway,
yeah,
you can, fashion, you can
yes,
do editorial.
yes. Oh my God. That is not behind the chair.
There's
I wish I would have had
so many
me
things.
back then.
Yeah,
I probably will, because when I get up from here, I promise you, I'm gonna have to just be like this for a little bit because my back,
yeah.
because of, I'm a product of the 90s. I did hair with tight pants and high heels. I look good.
Right. That's right.
Look really good.
And if we had any sense, we'd go to school and to work like these young girls are doing now with the flip flops and the.
Oh my God. Oh, I would have been
But
fired
back
like
then
that.
you had to have closed-toed shoes. You couldn't have, you had to have nylons on. There was a lot of other regulations back
Oh yeah.
then
I'm a
that we
product of
don't
the
have
90s.
now, which is
Yeah.
a good thing. I think it's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good
yeah.
thing that we don't have them now, because I think the nylon part was just making the thing even worse.
I just
I think
literally
they
had
just absorbed
flashbacks
hair.
of my stockings, ripping and me having to find the clear nail polish
Oh
to
yes,
stop the rip. You remember that?
yes. Oh yeah, I remember it. I remember
And then
it
I'll
too
spend
clearly.
all day long looking good with my slip from my tear on my
Yep,
sock all day long with my high heel.
yep, yes,
Oh
I
my God, those
remember
were
it.
rough days. None of these girls don't know nothing about that. Oh my gosh.
No, no, and I
No,
think I'm grateful, grateful they don't know.
they don't know. It was
We
painful.
paved that way.
Do we wrap it up with um let's see, one boundary that owners must enforce to help the industry?
One boundary, oh, professionalism, because that hits on a whole lot of different subjects. Professionalism. That's your appearance, that's your attitude, that's your character.
Inside and
That's
outside. Inside and
inside and
outside.
outside. That's right. When you walk out the doors, you still represent the brand and your brand. So if you're at the club dancing it up, or you're at the party dancing it up and having fun, and you're talking about your business, it's got to be positivity.
Or typing a little life away while you
Oh yeah,
work
on
in
social
while you
media,
work in my salon.
because corporates follow social media very well.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I've known many, not maybe in the beauty industry, but many that are in corporate America who have lost their jobs on things that they have said on the internet or on the social media about the company. I come from the old school where my parents taught me, if you don't have nothing to say nice, don't say anything at all. Move it, keep it moving, and don't worry about what's behind you. But if you can't speak to somebody in a positive manner, then don't speak to them. Let them say what they gotta say, and you keep moving. It can't affect you because that's what they want it to do. They want it to affect you.
Yeah, just cause damage.
Yeah.
Well, Nicolle, what can I say? This was lovely.
This was a blast.
This was
Now I
so
gotta
good.
figure out what you can get me back on to talk about next.
Girl, we got topics. We can talk
Yes, we have
about
topics.
we can talk about when I used to bake cookies with a business card and a $5 off coupon if you came and cut your hair, and I used to drop it off at your place of business. We're gonna talk about that.
Marketing. Marketing.
Marketing. How different is marketing now?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine.
I used to take
Yeah.
like a little index card, the ones that you use for
Yeah. Recipes.
and write $5 off next
Yep.
haircut with my little business card from Vistaprint when Vistaprint first came out back in the 1800s, or in the neighborhood. There was some people that used to do my business cards, this little cute older Cuban lady. And the days. And you put it in a little cellophane bag. I don't know
Yep.
you know which one I'm talking about?
Yep.
And put it in with a little cookie and my little punch hole little card that I put
With
it
the
through
ribbon.
the ribbon. Yeah, about struggles. I don't know any of it. They have it so
No.
sweet right now, but that could be our next topic. Nevertheless, we have a lot to say. I enjoyed this so much. Thank you so much
So
for
did I.
sharing all of your knowledge and being so available and kind and supportive always of me. I mean, I think it was instant when we met. I thank you so much
Yes.
for, we don't talk often. We talk usually about work and what are we gonna do in our schedules and what I would like for you to do. But
Yeah.
recently has been so endearing for me to be able to have someone that I can connect at this level. Thank you for being a part of my first podcast. And I'm so excited for how many more are gonna come. And I
Yeah.
wish I had a glass and you had a glass. We can share. So here we go.
Yes.
We're sharing.
Well,
And
I'm honored. I'm honored that you chose me to be your first podcast. I think you have a great thing here that needs to be talked about, and your list that it's going to grow. And I think you're going to have even better topics moving forward with the people that you've got on your list.
I know I'm excited
really
for
do.
that. I'm like a
Yeah.
little kid in Christmas when I submitted those emails, and I'm just like this, waiting for Santa to come down the chimney now and send me an email.
Right, right.
Yes, I am looking forward to all that is coming in 2026, good, bad, and ugly, like I like to call it. That's our
It's an
raw
abundance.
industry.
2026.
Yes, can't wait.
2026 in abundance.
And abundance, I'm welcoming it all. You win some
I
and you
love it.
lose some. That's my son always says that.
You know,
He always says that. Listen to my cheerleader. Yeah.
that's right.
Yep. Now
That is right.
I have to submit this to my social media manager, aka Gabriel Garvin Production, my son. And let's see what happens between now and the 15th. I can't
I
wait.
can't wait.
Thank you, Nicolle.
You're welcome.
I
Thank
appreciate you. Love you bunches.
You
Bye.
bet. Bye-bye.
Listen close. Welcome to the Rummor Room.